And what role will feedback from the players play as you develop that second part?
So yeah, a lot, very important. So obviously we've had a lot of input already from the players with the design. We've purposely said with the release of the first half, like we want to see what people think. We've got specific time reserved in our development schedule for addressing issues, incorporating cool ideas. We're making sure that we can be as responsive as possible to what the players want.
So outside of this newest area, let's talk about the game in general and how fan feedback has influenced what's going on new in this world. This callback to the old school game is something that I find interesting. You talk a little about how you've seen players gravitate towards that.
Yeah, so we launched a retro version of the game back at the beginning of 2013, Old School Runescape we called it, and because we thought we needed to treat it differently from the main game. The main game has big weekly updates, a mixture of us and the players decide what happens. Old School is very much about a point in time, this kind of perfect nostalgic point with a simpler, harsher gameplay, and we felt that we needed a different constitution almost for that game. So there's a different set of rules about how we as the administrators of the game update it. So for Old School, we only change anything about the game if there's 75% majority of players who support that change. That means you need a lot of consensus. It means that not all that much changes, but actually that's what the players want. They kind of want a very stable, reliable foundation that they can keep coming back to, and it hasn't massively shifted. But you know, big things do go in and things do pass those polls. We've taken a slightly more relaxed view within the current version of RuneScape, and we have more people working on it. We do make bigger changes, but we're increasingly relying on player direction for what those things are. So that Old School game is unlikely to ever have an Elf City sized update because the players probably don't want that degree of change, but the view of the players in the main game is that they are a bit more open to that kind of thing, and they're obviously very happy with what we've just given them.